This is time for me to speak on this Montgomery, Alabama riverboat fight situation. Now, a lot of those melanated people out in Montgomery, Alabama had picked up charge and bung on a lot of European tan beige people, right? These melanated people, I want you to hear this. These melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama had the audacity to pick up charge and bung on a lot of European tan and beige people. These the same melanated people who got on the news and they got a publicity for picking up charge and banging on these European people. Now, guess what? All these melanated people in USA, they seen that video of Montgomery, Alabama situation. Tell me why a lot of melanated people in Massachusetts, melanated people in Louisiana have not followed suit. No melanated people in the whole USA have not followed suit to go attack European white supremacy after they saw that video. Because why a lot of melanated people in USA, they love the oppressors. They love the damn oppressors. These melanated people in USA, they suck up to white supremacy. Yeah, they saw these melanated people pick up charge and bang on these damn European tan beige people. But still, my family relatives had done seen that stuff. And they just went on about their day. Melanated people in Minnesota, North Dakota, all these states in USA had just went on about their day as if it was just normal after they seen that video. Like that Montgomery, Alabama riverboat fight has not made no impact on no melanated person. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Orishas, Oshun, Yamoya, Oya, they sitting there like shaking their heads to see a lot of melanated people in USA just love white supremacy. Like, now for the melanated people that spiritually awake, like the melanated African and Caribbean people, like myself, like I see that stuff and I'm like, what the world, man? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, these the same melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama that will see a European white judge at a courthouse, European police officers. They're not gonna bring no charge. They're not gonna bring no charge and bang on them. Like, come on now. I guarantee you, melanated Africans, melanated Caribbean people in London and United Kingdom, they literally just go on about their day. Because USA, Canada, and United Kingdom are three main countries where melanated people in large percents love the oppressors, love the white supremacy. They suck up and obey white supremacy. The only melanated people who do not suck up to white supremacy is the melanated people in the country of Samoa, the African countries, and the Caribbean countries. Like, we see this every day. Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, bro, like, These melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama, they didn't get on social media and like make their names be known. They didn't get on social media to make their names be known and send a message to every melanated person in USA, Canada, United Kingdom, and any slave owner, oppressing Western country and go tell them to, like, you know, stand up to the so-called European white supremacists. They did not do none of that. That was a publicity stunt. The same thing, man. The same thing with any distraction on the so-called Black Lives Matter. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that Montgomery, Alabama riverboat fight situation is gonna die down just like the Black Lives Matter dies down. And literally all these so-called Black Lives supporters, they're getting ripped off by the white supremacists. The people who support that Montgomery, Alabama situation, they're getting their money ripped off by the white supremacists. I'm sitting here shaking my head. Orishas, Oshun, Yamoya, Oya, they literally shaking their heads and looking at how dumb a lot of melanated people are, as a large percent in USA, Canada, and United Kingdom are feeling right now. Like, bro, like, what are we talking about here? Like, these melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama, they are not on the road right now trying to take out the White House, trying to get real freedom, trying to put an end to so-called Joe Biden and reptilians and draconians and etc. demon slave owners who just run the matrix. Like, come on. Like, come on, man. It makes no sense. The Montgomery, Alabama situation made no sense, man. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, these melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama, bro. Like, they literally are not doing no real impact to tell melanated people all over the planet to disregard their slavery job corporations and team up to go against white supremacy. No, they have these melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama have not did that, man. Like, they had not did that. Like, these melanated people, if these melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama really was about getting rid of white supremacy, getting rid of this slavery money system that be raping a lot of human citizens, then these melanated people who pick up the charge and beating on these damn European people, they would have told a lot of melanated people to stop what they're doing at their jobs, rally up their troops, prepare for this Cold War, and literally go against white supremacy and melanated Freemasons who is teamed up as gatekeepers with the white supremacists. Because a lot of melanated Freemasons who are gatekeepers with the damn white supremacists need to be destroyed. But a lot of those Montgomery, Alabama people, those melanated people in Montgomery, Alabama, they are not doing that. That's how I know it was a distraction, man. That's how I knew it was a distraction, man. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? Like, and yet, a lot of melanated people in USA have fell for the white supremacist trick again. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Like, what are we talking about here? They fell for it again, man. Like, this stuff is so insane, ridiculous, man. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, come on now. Like, these Montgomery, Alabama people, if they really was for the impact, they would have called on all melanated Africans, melanated Caribbean people to tap into that voodoo power, and so we can form a real unity to go against white supremacy, go against melanated Freemasonry, go against fraternity, sorority, go against all type of evildoers of this demon realm that's oppressing Father and Mother Nature Earth. But the people in Montgomery, Alabama situation, they're not for the cause. That was a whole distraction because a lot of my family members, you know, they literally went back and did stuff, you know, and like it's a normal day after that. Just like a whole bunch of melanated people in USA and Canada and United Kingdom. Like, you don't see no melanated people in United Kingdom and Canada picking up charges and beating up on white supremacists, beating up on these racist ass white supremacy police officers and these Uncle Tom, Aunt Susan ass melanated police officers. You don't see that. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here, man? But that's all I gotta say, man.
All verse rising my soul family. So I seen a post about this Montgomery, Alabama riverboat fight, right? So this post said, all jokes aside, if we came together on all things like we did in Alabama, we would be unstoppable. So I left my comments, right? I said, I noticed how during 1960 to now, people in African and Caribbean countries never had to suffer being out of place the way the kidnapped slaves to United Kingdom, Canada, and USA had to suffer. Notice how no white person, aka European Caucasian 10 European slave owners lives in African or Caribbean countries because they know they'll be outnumbered and can't oppress melanated people with Christianity, Masonry, and white supremacy fraternities. And I advise all melanated people to move to African, Caribbean homelands because food is natural over there and not processed from the white supremacy, evil European Pope slave owners' doings, right? If those melanated people can do that in Alabama, then they need to stop voting for white supremacy in USA and go home to Caribbean and African lands where we melanated people belong naturally. Orishas and Papa Legba would be proud.